Guys, you won't believe this happened. I mean, even I can't believe I found such a good Gcam port for the Realme 6 Pro even before launch. I mean, I shot this before launch, so it's super compatible and improves the overall camera experience considerably. Let's go ahead, try it out, have a look at some Gcam versus stock cam comparisons. My name is Ashwin Sundar, this is Technology Jock. If you like improving the camera experience on your phone, you should hit the subscribe button and the bell icon because we post a lot of these videos. Here's the full playlist. By the way, did I tell you I love this design? It's just so unique and attractive. But if you don't like funky designs like this, you can always easily replace it with a cool skin from our sponsor, Capes India. They're super cool. They come in a variety of colors and textures, so there is something for everyone. They also have virtually zero thickness and weight. You can even add a transparent case on top if you want. The quality is also top notch, and yet they are affordable. Of course, Capes skins are available for a lot of other phones as well. So do check out Capes India, link in the description. Use the promo code TJOCK to get 10% discount. Let's first see how to install Gcam on the Realme 6 Pro. Go to the description, you can find the Gcam and config links. Download both. Now install the Gcam APK and open it. Now swipe down, go to settings, configs, save. Give any random name. Now go to the file manager, phone storage. Guys, if you downloaded the config file using Chrome, then it can be found inside the download folder. But if you used Realme's default browser, you need to go to browser, download. Now copy or move the config file. Come back, go to Gcam, config 7, paste here. Now open Gcam again, double tap near the shutter button, choose the config file and tap restore. That's it. Just make sure HDR plus enhanced is enabled before you start clicking pictures. In broad daylight, that is when the lighting is very good, we can see that the stock camera images are a bit oversaturated. I mean, that's fine actually. I mean, some people like oversaturated colors. That's fine, but as a result of that, in some cases, details are missing. So in this case, when we zoom in, we can clearly notice that the texture is completely missing. It looks completely off. And moreover, in some cases, the Realme stock camera also overexposes the image, as in everything is brighter than it should be, and the contrast also takes a hit. That it's not that punchy, Google camera, on the other hand, does a fantastic job. I mean, it doesn't make the pictures look very dramatic. If that's what you're looking for, you're not gonna get that from Gcam, but you wanna know how the scene looked in real life, that's what Gcam is going to do. That's what Gcam is going to capture. And guys, if you don't understand these technical terms like highlights, overexposed, shadows, and so on, you really should watch this video. You'll easily become a pro in just 25 minutes, I guarantee you. Moving on, the Realme 6 Pro has an 8MP ultra-wide-angle camera. Now even here, Gcam seems to be performing slightly better. I mean, you can notice way more details, but also more noise on Gcam images. That's very prominent when you zoom in. Look at the road here. But yeah, in some cases, especially in broad daylight when the lighting is very good, it's not that prominent. This was shot like after 5:30 p.m. I guess. The lighting actually wasn't enough, that's why we are seeing a lot of noise. But I think this is still better because as you can see on the Realme stock camera image, the noise isn't there, but the details are also missing completely. Look at the pink wall of the building and even the road. The Realme 6 Pro is one of the very few phones to have a telephoto camera for 2x optical zoom, and that is also accessible by Gcam. But in this case though, in most scenes you don't find that much of a difference. Both stock cam and Gcam are almost equally good. Maybe if you zoom in a lot and if you crop the images a lot and look for the fine details, you can see a bit more detail on the Google camera image. Like in this case, the vertical lines on the board are visible on the Gcam image. They're not visible on the stock camera image. By the way guys, this is how you access the three cameras. This Gcam port is actually meant for the Redmi K20 Pro and the Poco X2. So the user interface might not be perfect on this phone, but functionally speaking, it has absolutely no issues. The images turn out very good. The one small drawback is if you want to access the ultra-wide angle camera, you cannot tap 0.6x. You need to tap 2x. And when you want to access the telephoto camera, you need to tap 0.6x. Those options are basically interchanged. That's the only minor issue, not a big deal. Let's now move on to low light photos. If you just take a quick glance, you might not notice that much of a difference, but look at those trees. Look at the darker regions of the image, the shadows. They are brighter on the Google camera image. And this is exactly what happens in every case. The stock camera struggles to capture the details in the darker regions of the image. GCam does that very well. Now, the stock camera has a night mode. It makes things better. But Google camera also has something called night sight. I'm pretty sure you're aware of that. And that makes it even better. I mean, it's just another level altogether. You need to zoom in to understand what I'm talking about. Look at the road, look at the car. The GCam image has way more details. There is absolutely no comparison. You can also zoom in 2x and then capture images in low light. And in this case, once again, night sight does a much better job than stock camera's night mode. It's much cleaner, as in it has much less noise, and it is reasonably brighter and has more details. Now, again, the ultra-wide angle camera also has support for night mode on both stock camera and Google camera, and once again Google camera's night sight performs much better. It has a lot of noise, just like we saw earlier in daylight pictures, but at least certain things are visible. On the stock camera image, most major part of the image is just too dark. You cannot see anything at all. While on the GCam image, although there is noise, at least something is visible. But I also did notice that in some cases, Realme's night mode does a better job in terms of getting the white balance right. As in the white color on the Realme's image look white. Whereas on the Google camera image, there is a green tone. There is a green hue all over the image. Now, we saw how GCam has been superior in low light. But the latest GCam also has something called astrophotography mode, which helps capture even better pictures in low light, especially in pitch dark conditions. And this is one of those situations where astrophotography makes things better. I mean, look at this comparison. Once again, GCam literally kills it. But of course, in this astrophotography mode, you need more patience. You need to tap on the shutter button and wait for a few seconds. It varies from 5 seconds to 1.5 minutes. But yeah, in each scenario in low light, you get the best possible result when you use astrophotography mode. Now, the name might be a little misleading. Astrophotography means shooting stars and stuff, but here on GCam, you can use it for pretty much any scenario in low light. It works really well. It does enhance the image quality. So yeah, we just had a look at images shot using all three cameras. Let's now move on to the front-facing camera. The Realme 6 Pro has a 16 megapixel selfie camera, and once again Google camera proves to be the superior one here. The GCam selfies have better skin tones, better dynamic range, and way more details on the face. It's worth mentioning that I turned off the beauty mode and all other stuff on the stock camera, but still the images turned out like this. My face turned out like this. It just refuses to expose my pimples and pores. I think Realme likes me a lot. But yeah, this is what it is. And even portrait mode images look a lot better when you shoot them on GCam, mainly because the stock camera doesn't support HDR when you're using portrait mode. Whereas on GCam, it doesn't matter which mode you're using, HDR always works. There's just one more thing I would have loved to see on GCam. As you may already know, the Realme 6 Pro has a second front camera, which is an ultra-wide angle camera. This port of GCam currently does not support the ultra-wide angle selfie camera because, like I said earlier, this was originally made for another device which doesn't have an ultra-wide angle selfie camera. So that's one of the reasons why we are not able to access it on this port. So there you go, Google camera for the Realme 6 Pro, changing the whole game. To be frank, despite the top-class camera hardware, the actual results, the images shot using the stock camera, were not that impressive, mainly due to Realme's image processing algorithms. Time and again, I've mentioned they need to fix certain things like the colors or the saturation and the exposure. Anyway, luckily, thankfully, we have a really good Gcam port on day one itself. The only thing that doesn't work is the ultra-wide selfie camera. If the developers behind this Google camera port get their hands on the Realme 6 Pro, I'm pretty sure we'll get a more tailored version with support for the ultra-wide selfie camera as well. But for now, most things work and they work great. Thumbs up or thumbs down, subscribe or hit the bell icon or don't, depending on how useful this video has been to you. Comments are welcome too. Let's actually discuss more about this phone in the comment section. It's an excellent phone actually. So until then, take care and bye.